What about the advisors, like Cullen and Liliana and Josephine?
And the Inquisitor's advisors, what about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely.
She is lovely.
She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day. Cullen and I got along too, but he was always busy.
I loved Cullen.
He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
She was.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
I want a nug.
A nug? Those small pink rodent things? What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
Yeah.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
I don't know. Have to keep it as a pet? And what happened how about the inner circle?
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
Tell me all about them.
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others.
Yeah.
Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the
That is
mess.
Sarah.
She was really the only one who could make Rainier,
Blackwall
then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses.
Tell me more.
And there was Cole,
Yay,
of course.
Cole!
The spirit boy?
Yes.
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Oh.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something
That's
about
always
them.
fun.
Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not
That's
to laugh.
such a cool thing to say.
Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
That's cool. I love this. Oh, thank you. I love that we're hearing about all of these companions. What? Creepy. Eyes under the bed?
Who stores eyes under their bed? I'm partial to a nice wall display myself.
Well, that's one interpretation that never occurred to me. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wasn't Cole
Yes.
an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Aha, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
I miss Cole. I love this. I'm so glad they included this. And I guess she probably mentioned... I think she mentioned... strategically, my guess is she specifically mentioned the names of people that you wouldn't necessarily run into in this game. Which is a shame. As much as I would love to hear from Sarah and Cole, I understand that they may take a back seat in the story, especially because we've already met Dorian. I would not be surprised if we at least meet whoever your Inquisitor was in a relationship with outside of the advisors, because Josephine and Cullen were both the advisors, and you could have romanced Josephine or Cullen. I'm wondering if you did romance Cullen or Josephine, if at this conversation, if Harding would have mentioned something about that, mentioned about the fact that the Inquisitor romanced those two. That would have been a cool way to sort of make the world state that you chose at the beginning matter. How about the ordinary people?
So, tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard about.
The Inquisition hired hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasrith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even two dedicated pastry chefs. Most of them volunteered, like me, We wanted to help in whatever
definitely
small
want-
way we could.
I'm like, pastry chefs, why can't we get one of those? Let's get some pastry chefs for the Veilguard.
I'm sure those pastries were a great help.
My ma likes to say that sometimes the pie is for eating, and sometimes it's for crying into. Doesn't even need to be pie. Rector liked cake, and Faulkner loved soup. But food was always a comfort.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right, like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other two and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
Yes, Lace, Wilbur, and Katya. I like that. Huh. I had a thought. What was my thought? Oh, gone it. I forgot my thought. Lace, do you miss the Inquisition?
Do you miss
I miss it.
The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solas. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
Crusade. I feel sorry for him. He's a jerk. He has a crusade. No, I feel sorry for him. Zen would feel sorry for Solas. I think he's come to understand that he means well. It's just very extreme.
As smart as he's supposed to be, there's just some things he doesn't get. At all.
Yeah. Maybe one day he will. Maybe. If you help him. Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire.
No, I
and
love
here
this
I am
conversation.
rambling about the past.
I love
I should let
this
you go.
conversation.
Talk later?
Lace, thank you for being our window into the Inquisition and what happened since then. I realized that we haven't actually referred to ourselves as the Veilguard yet. We haven't named our team. I guess that doesn't happen until we've recruited everybody. Then we officially become the Veilguard. Yeah. I'll be waiting for that. Hey, Asan. Oh, I can pet Asan. Yes. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Asan.
I'm so happy we can do that. I'm so happy.
What happened in Minrathous stayed with me a long time.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the coziest. Man, if I could have, that's another thing that Davrin has going for him. He probably has the coziest rooms. He's got a fireplace and a bed. Okay, I love Lucanus, and I love the fact that he's in the pantry with all the food, but when it comes to actual spaces for you to just hang out and cuddle and, you know, snuggle up to someone, Davrin's place is where it's at.
Minrathous. I cannot imagine what Nev feels.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I feel so bad. How are the wisps? Oh, I miss her being here. Scribble note, there's a whisper in this wall. I've got my eye on it. Nev. I feel really bad. It's not the same having Nev not be around. Valara, you have something to say about Nev's absence? Nothing. Awkward stare. Valara just gave me very, very awkward stares. Alright, I think it's time for us to go back home. Back to the Mornwatch and find Emmrich. Where the dead must go. Let's change up the party. Well, for right now, traveling to this quest. So, I think I'm going to keep Valara and Davrin, just because Balara was the person who informed us about Emmrich in the first place, right? And then Davrin because he's the newest person that joined our party. So let's travel to the track quest. This is why I selected this party. Let's stick with that. Oh, you will meet Morn Watcher in Necropolis. So a Morn Watcher in the Necropolis. So I have to pick one person. So I'll just yeah, I guess in that case I'll just pick Davrin. Why? Because didn't he say that as a Grey Warden, death is always around the corner? So this should be par for the course for him coming to the Mornwatch. Yeah, that's very much on brand. Yeah, let's bring Davrin in. He's the latest person. And plus, why not have a party of men once again? I don't mind. The Grand Necropolis. Home sweet home. I've been wanting to see this in-game for so long. And again, I'm looking forward to some unique content, unique dialogue for a Morn Watcher Rook. Oh, Balara's coming with us anyway.
No sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Emmrich and Manfred? Is that Manfred? No, Manfred's looks different, I think. Oh. This is all normal for Zen. Yeah. This is all completely normal for Zen.
What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmrich Veilguard. Of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor.
I love him.
We've never met. Well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Balara, my dear girl, what a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
Rook, fellow Morn Watcher.
Rook, Manners mentioned you.
Oh, I love Emmrich already. I love his energy. He's so charming too. As charming as Rook is. See, here's the thing. I feel like at minimum, if they don't romance each other, at minimum they're like just complete, total BFFs. Good things, I hope. Good control in the skeletons. Of course she did.
Impressive flock of undead.
Oh, merely the gifts of experience.
The more the merrier.
I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here.
What business is that?
I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Never thought I'd actually see this place for myself.
Things have changed since you left the Order, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Nice. Oh, Emmrich. Death speaking, necrotic damage, of course. Of course. Emmrich! Fellow Morn Watcher, mage. Love him. To stop for support with time, slow, or heal. Yep, we can detonate. Sunder, detonate. Detonate, sunder, detonate, sunder, detonate, overwhelmed. Yeah. Apply weaken, detonate, sundered. Yeah. Okay. We're good. I don't think we can. Entangling spirits, necrotic. Applies weaken. Emmrich summons spirits to entangle and hinder your enemies. He's a control. I love it. I'm all about the control. the Charter in Verantium. A paper from the Tevinter city of Verantium with one item circled. Fighting between Tevinter and Antam forces has calmed down, with Tevinter reclaiming a lost town after the Antam cannon's mystery failed. The town is now safe, and former prisoners are being treated for their injuries. Sadly, several war mages were killed retaking the city, reportedly victims of Antam assassins. A note written in the margins. Lace. Marius, Tessa, and I paid a visit. Venatori and Antam might be serving the same gods, but they're not knowingly working together and are easy enough to turn on one another. Charter. A charter in Minrathos. A Minrathos paper with one item circled. Prices for Lyrium may soon rise higher than the Archon's palace after recent negotiations with the Orzammar embassy broke down into fighting. A representative for the dwarves claimed that Tevinter negotiators were Venatori and suggested that their minds had been poisoned by red lyrium. Tevinter officials deny use of red lyrium and insist that it is not used in any official magical business. A note written in the margins. Lace, Francesca and I made things a little harder for the Venatori, with lyrium tougher to come by and the red variant officially banned. I hope you're doing all right with your own lyrium-related issues. Stay safe. Charter in Marnus Pel. A paper from the Tevinter city of Marnus Pel with one item circled. Scandal struck the household of Magister Pomonius, as eldest son and heir Sorokin has been found dead in what appears to have been a Venatori ritual gone awry. Rumors in the household speak of escaped slaves and stolen artifacts, and some are suggesting that the death was due to Venatori infighting. A visibly angry Magister Pomonius declared his son innocent of any wrongdoing and blamed elven thieves for the incident. A note written in the margins. Lace, Vea and I were in the neighborhood. The artifact is safe. Doesn't seem related to your work. Assume every noble Tevinter family not with shadow dragons has Venatori pulling strings. Okay. Charter in Solas. A paper from the Tevinter city of Solas with one item circled. The Tevinter city of Solas. The Silent Festival will take place this year, after cancellations the last few years from concerns about Antam pushing east from Perivantium. Local organizers have confirmed that Nevarran mages will be coming to help celebrate the lives of those recently lost with visions of the Fade. The festival will include feasting, dancing, and seances, as the veil is expected to be quite thin from the spiritual energies. Minors with magical talent should not be left unattended. A note written in the margins. Lace, we investigated thoroughly. It really does appear to be a coincidence that the city shares a name with our mutual acquaintance. Seems like it should have some connection, but no. Had to be sure, though. Charter. Letter to Charter. Charter, I'm assuming you got my last message about Varric. We're adjusting with Rook stepping up. We're still searching for answers on the elven gods we released. Solas remains contained and less of an immediate problem. How is the situation in the south? This is the letter that Lace was talking about. Has there been any activity related to the elven gods? What about the Antam? They seem entrenched in Nativa, though any increase in the number of scouts might signal them getting ready to move. I'm still receiving letters regularly from my ma, so I gather Ferelden is far enough away that trouble hasn't reached it yet. What about Orlais, or the Free Marches? Please respond as soon as you can. The usual channels remain open. Harding. Nice. I'm surprised we haven't gotten anything yet for the Mornwatch. Oh, and by the way, I currently am... If my voice sounds a little dry, I am sort of fighting a small cough right now, and in honor of Emmrich, I have some tea, some herbal tea, which I believe is Emmrich's personal go-to over coffee. Yes, that is perfect. Personally, I tend to gravitate more towards tea than coffee myself, but Zen is pretty much either will do. He's happy with either warm. He does prefer hot beverages, I think, over cold beverages. Good work, y'all. So is this considered slavery? This is the thing that I'm curious about. If you basically turn skeletons into servants, is that considered slavery? I don't know how people feel about that. They're dead, so does it matter if they used to be the bodies of human people? The corpses of human people? I don't know. I definitely want to explore as much of this area as I can. Because, you know, it's my home. So I want to know it very well. Aurum Profundis. I've been reading old Vestalis Pentagast's Duties of the Prelate. That's right, because Cassandra's family's from Neverra. Duties of the Prelate of the Grand Necropolis. Its reputation for dry moralizing is far overblown, in my opinion. Vestalis is simply invested with a profound sensitivity towards the history of our work. His encapsulation of the properties of gold, for example. Gold is the eternal metal and the sun beneath our vaults. It was first worked by our ancestors in tribute to the dead, and only Neverra appreciates its sacred inner nature. Silver will tarnish, copper corrode, and iron rust. Gold endures as our dead endure, and will ever adorn the inhabitants of the Necropolis. From Emmrich's diary. I do prefer gold over silver, personally. And platinum. Okay. Let's follow our sexy necromancer gentleman. He is quite a gentleman. This is going to be so hard to pick who to romance. I'm just going to feel it out.
Wow. I've never seen anything like this.
I'm just going to feel it out to see how Zen vibes with each one. Right now, he's very bro-y with Davrin, which is good. He seems more sensual with Lucanus. And Emmrich, I feel like, at minimum, like I said, I've got a BFF vibe going on there. Are they going to be friend-zoned? I don't know. Still feeling it out.
What's that ahead?
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
The bell? I don't know what the bell is. Zen knows, though, I'm sure. Probably. Possibly. We need to talk about your maintaining your area. Oh.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
The Necropolis always surprises.
Trouble ahead.
Vulnerable to fire? Oh. In that case... Yeah. Applies weakened. Detonates weakened.
Singled you out.
Okay.
Nice.
Despair separated us. Don't panic. That's what this spirit wants.
Good. Burn, baby, burn.
Make it!
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Okay, I think I'm gonna need some fire. Orthamil's ash. Just for right now. Glacial rod. Replenish my potion. Good job, Davrin. Eclectic armor. Ooh, I am wearing eclectic armor. Nice. Flawless crystal. Shatter. Range attacks break through enemy's guard for 10 seconds. Oh, okay. I kind of like that over... All of your weapons deal necrotic damage for 20 seconds. Interesting. I like my rollout right now. My loadout right now.
Someone's barred the door and chained the Sunken Star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Vulnerable to necrotic.
More undead in a while.
There's no reaching these.
Resistant to okay.
They're mindless.
Feel it. What a waste.
I thought you could control them.
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzy.
Yeah.
Poor things.
Entangling spirits. Back, I say. Take that. Corrupted round.
Well, eh?
Nice.
I must free
Good
that
job,
bell.
Emmrich.
You need another watcher. I can help.
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it.
Okay, so we need fire. Let's do this. Veil Seeker +2. Acolyte Staff. This one will give us. Well, actually, I feel like it'd be better to have Veil Song as my orb, because that's better for. And then I'll use Glacial Rod against the sorrowful
We'll
spirits.
need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Do you think
A
they
wisp.
still remember me?
Rook, you know a wisp will follow a watcher when called.
Yes, a wisp. Somehow I figure a wisp is going to follow me even if I'm not a Morn Watcher. Spirit Caller, necrotic damage. Oh, okay, there we go. Spirit, sure. +30 defense. Sure, why not? Let's bring back my Earthamil's Ash. Wisp.
Hail the eyes of the dead.
Are you
Nice.
talking to a wisp?
It's Watcher tradition.
Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
This is so cute. So if I know all about wisps, if as a Morn Watcher, why didn't I say anything to Nev earlier? Okay.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Oh, I have a guess as to who that is. But first, is there really no way for me to... Ultimate is full. maybe I can't do anything with the bell yet. Discover what's happened to the bell. Alright, let me do this first. I think we'll attend to that bell later then. The path of size.
So, Professor,
Just Emmrich, please.
you weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when.
Sounds good to me. Whatever the case is, I'm glad we have you now, Emmrich.
Be ready.
Vulnerable. Nice. It's out of range, though. Emmrich, do you mind binding this one?
I'll set that one up!
Gotcha. Attack that one, please.
Keep it coming, bro.
Ooh, I can blink too. Corrupted ground. Nice! Love that.
Rook, get out of there before it's too late.
End them!
Love it.
One for us.
Yay, Team Hornwatcher.
I see we've company.
I'm not desecrating our sacred tombs at all. No, not at all.
Good job.
Nice. What is this?
Need a wisp.
A wisp. I'm digging the soundtrack right now. Gotcha. That's really cool that I can do that pogo stick thing.
We're clear.
Go back this way. Love that. It's one of my favorite moves. Even though it's very short distance, it's still impressive. There's something very satisfying about it. see a wisp. Is there a wisp over here? Lost wedding ring. Nobody wants to claim this ring. I might have to save it for some other time. Maybe later on down the line.
Freezing. What kind of magic is this?
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Vault of the Beloved.
Trouble.
Oh, there we go. That got their attention. The bell tolls, damage, applies quietus on hit. What does quietus do? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Take it to them!
That one ready!
Hassan!
They're vulnerable to ice.
Way to fight, Brooke!
Yeah, where's my cold? Resistant to necrosis. So we'll use fire.
Watch behind you!
Ice.
Nice move, Brooke!
Thank you. Get my mana regeneration back.
On your guard.
I want to get XP. I know I can probably just avoid them, but I want XP.
It's a fight then!
Ready, Brooke? Hassan, go!
Good job, y'all. Nice.
Beat the odds.
Love it. Give us more XP. Oh.
Time to finish this room.
Nice. Nice. Boom. Yes.
It's over.
Woo. Precious Decay. Ooh. Necrotic damage, necrotic resistance. I'm equipping this baby. It's very thematic for me. Increase my necrotic damage. Heck yes. Embrace. Woo! Vulnerable to ice.
That one's all set!
Smackdown. Good job, boys. This combat is finally... I feel way more comfortable with combat now. Significantly. It just needed... I just needed the time
Can't do
to
this
just
without a
figure it
wisp.
out. Wisps. Where are the wisps? We need 2 wisps. Where are the wisps?
This is locked too. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Ooh. There's a lot of wisps here.
The Necropolis wisps look lively as ever.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever-loyal friends amongst the dead.
Yeah. That's why we should tell Nev to not to chill out more with them. Alright. More wisps.
Here's our second wisp.
Just waiting for us. Almost polite.
I assure you, good Warden, not everything in the Necropolis is as hostile as despair.
Take your word for it.
Yeah. One more wisp.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
You know the Necropolis. Always shuffling rooms around.
That's
If
kind
only
of
our
awesome.
predecessors had found better ways to predict its whims.
That's pretty neat if it shuffles itself around all the time.
Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
I
You're dumb
agree.
enough to trespass in our Necropolis.
The mind reels.
Time-worn mage knife. I like my mana generation way too much. I want my mana. That's the thing I want to be able to have available as often as possible. So I'm keeping that. right this moment. Vulnerable.
Watch for range.
Eyes weakened.
That one, quickly!
Coming in range.
Whoa, gonna blow.
Taking fire!
Coming. Running to the archers.
They attack from afar!
We need.
That one's all set!
Yes. On the shield.
Firing at us!
Keep that up.
Yes.
They're in range.
Come on.
There we go!
Good job, Emmrich.
Oh, nicely done.
Good job, you two. Woo. Okay. My ultimate is already up. I'm saving that for whatever the last boss is. Ooh. Fizzling fragments. They look like pop rocks. Fade touch crystal. Cool stuff. Let's go, Emmrich.
So, we use mass disruption to get rid of all these despair spirits at once.
Precisely. I sense their source near the bell. Ringing it will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place.
There's a chest somewhere. Somewhere up there. Alright, we'll have to go up somewhere else.
Tell me, Rook, what work took you so far away from the Necropolis?
Remember that uprising of undead nobility a while ago?
The War of the Banners? I was up in the city when that broke out. I heard a young watcher, Ingolvar, put a stop to it through unorthodox measures.
And got into trouble. It was decided it might be best for that young watcher to see the world.
Ah, say no more.
What's a little bit unfortunate is that I intended for my I feel like I wouldn't be known as a young watcher. I specifically was trying to make my rook older because he's supposed to be more experienced. Necrotic Jade. He's supposed to be a more experienced adventurer, so it's a little bit off-putting that so many people refer to him as boy and young this, young that, because that's just not what I intended, especially if you're trying to create a rook that probably is a little bit more closer in age with someone like Emmrich if they're planning on romancing Emmrich, right? So that's the only thing, and I know that this is a problem with the Inquisition game, the Dragon Age games in general. In Origins, you could make a very older, a more seasoned Grey Warden or a more seasoned Inquisitor, and they still are going to refer to you as, oh, young person, and it's like, it'd be nice to be able to specify, hey, look, my character is in either young or middle-aged or older than that, you know? Necrotic damage, plus 20% necrosis damage. How is necrosis damage different from necrotic damage? Plus 20% damage to enemies suffering from necrosis. Oh, I guess because necrotic can apply necrosis. Inlaid with jade recovered from deep within the Necropolis shifting halls, this ring aids in the manipulation of necrotic damage. I think I like my mana regeneration though. I'll equip it for now. Just to know, again, embrace my whole Mornwatcher thing. Volumonious notes. The long-sought notes of one of Neverra's most famous spirit summoners. Some whisper that Eglantine Feldevar still wanders the Fade, though she died 60 years ago. Sightless Skull, plus 20% control ability damage, plus 25% stagger from control abilities. It's probably, again, more to my brand of... because I do have control abilities. This is a control ability. And I probably will be doing more control when I respec my rook more. Right? Because I think a lot of my... what kind of spells? Duration, Blast, Necrotic. I guess we don't have as much control here, but I may dabble in more into control. I may dabble more in the control realm later on.
Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
It's just corpses. I don't sense spirits nearby.
You're straining. Relax your gaze and sift through the Fade's currents more slowly.
Okay.
Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook?
Certainly. Chittering Signet. Nice. Applying Weakened also applies vulnerability to necrotic damage. Yes, please. Yes, Emmrich. Emmrich, sir.
This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
What's this magic bell do exactly?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fade.
Nice.
Ring the bell, dead demons. Got it.
That's cool. Like,
It
as
also
the bell
holds great
tolls.
significance on some of our equinoctial rituals.
That's
You already
right.
sold me.
I love the green flames. It's so awesome. The green faves, the green vibe. Definitely enjoying this. Mornwash is so fun and cool. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of my faction a lot. I don't see any wisps though.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin.
Is this our advisor?
By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here?
Venatori.
Of course. Of course they
The
did.
Venatori. Of course.
That's what I
This
said.
way, please.
The Watchers never taught me that.
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Gift is one word for it.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the Necropolis without it.
You know, a lot of people can say that the Grey Warden's powers is a questionable gift, right? Especially considering how you gained those powers. Davrin, you're one to talk, just saying. I love you though. I love you. But this feels very ironic. We need a wisp. I didn't see a wisp anywhere. Oh wait, there's one right there. Ask and you shall receive, I suppose. Glorious.
I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted
Ooh.
3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down,
So don't doubt.
Venatori are weak against ice. Chilled Grasp. Yeah, Chilled Grasp. Ooh. Yes. Grave Robber Captain. Tangling Spirits. Death from Above. And Applied
Follows
Weekend.
Venatori.
They have no place in these...
Nice. Nice. Take that, Captain. He's almost down. Nice.
I'm ready!
I am too. Love that.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
Yeah. Overflow, common rune.